Essence.
The essence of jokes is about having fun.
Pastel.
He works on what he calls his unfinished paintings by drawing on them using pastels.
Cultivate.
This is my land. I cultivate it.
Recover.
The teenager is recovering at a local hospital.
Substitute.
You are a fine substitute for Watson.
Renaissance.
This is Florence during the Renaissance.
Sweat.
His whole face was shining with sweat now.
Underscore.
And let me underscore, the United States keeps our commitments.
Conform.
Drivers are expected to conform to traffic rules.
Husk.
Silica extracted from rice husks makes for greener tires.
Tide.
The tides repeatedly rise and fall.
Decade.
A decade of war is now ending.
Pluralism.
Candidates for king even had to commit themselves to religious pluralism.
Vagrant.
Vagrants come out to collect the empty beer bottles and cans.
Incline.
I inclined to the view that he is right.
Grievous.
The pain is constant and grievous.
Saucy.
Hey, a lot of the saucy texts are direct quotes from the book.
Disproportionate.
It means that very small changes can make a disproportionate impact.
Withhold.
But why would one friend withhold information from another?
Nosy.
I'm not being nosy. I'm just curious.
Stumble.
I have to admit I did stumble on a couple of occasions on that pass.
Imaginative.
You know, I'm imaginative. I've got a sense of humor.
Chaotic.
It may look chaotic, but there is some order here.
Renown.
Don't you want to win renown?
Scroll.
Ron unrolled the scroll and began to read.
Embrace.
Then the two men embraced and became good friends.
Obliterate.
So all you have to do is press that button and the entire platform's obliterated.
Colonization.
English colonization in North America began in 1584.
Affiliate.
Yeah, there's a medical center affiliated with the university.
Rancorous.
And the campaign really got rancorous when Goldsmith tried to link Khan to extremists.
Subculture.
This subculture takes every notion of community and turns it upside down.
Forum.
The World Economic Forum is a not-for-profit organization established in 1971.
Participant.
How many people were in that study?
227 participants.
Strain.
These are difficult times. They put a strain on us all.
Vary.
Prices vary from $48 to $400.
Mediate. Much of an officer's day is spent mediating interpersonal conflicts.
Sensitive.
Dear Greg, I met a guy who's really sensitive and sweet.
Exposition.
Claire made further exposition of his plans.
Sphere.
A ball is a sphere.
Discharge.
He got discharged from the army.
Giant.
My word, that looks like a giant balloon.
Melt.
Because it is a hot day, the
Solicit.
He solicited a patient for money.
Leisure.
Well, shouldn't you be enjoying your leisure time then?
Unravel.
When Newton unraveled the force of gravity, that was the first force.
Nail.
I'm going to stop biting my nails.
Attain.
If you set your goal too high, chances are you will never attain it.
Constitute.
The tissues of the body constitute the organ.
Unsubstantiated.
Mr. Willis's testimony is not only vague, it is unsubstantiated.
Stylized.
Well, it looks like a stylized S or a snake.
Intrepid.
The lure of adventure still draws intrepid travelers today.
Nominee.
And the final nominee for Best Picture is Avatar.
Panic.
Harry's feeling of panic turned suddenly to excitement.
Lure.
I believe I can lure her away with these chocolates.
Routine.
It's important to build regular exercise into your daily routine.
Solution.
Yeah, I think I have a solution to our problem.
Revere.
The Virgin Mary was highly revered throughout the Middle Ages.
Idealize.
And in my head, I know that I've idealized our whole relationship.
Flash.
Lightning flashed in the sky, and there was a loud crash of thunder.
Secrete.
When you eat and your blood sugar rises, insulin is secreted into the blood.
Issue.
You're right. Is the environment a big issue in your country?
Aria.
I stayed up all night singing the clown's aria from Pagliacci to a lima bean sprout.
Facilitate.
We can refund her tuition, and I am happy to facilitate a transfer.
Electricity.
And only 30% of rural people have electricity.
Progressive.
Your husband, on the other hand, holds a more progressive view.
Reef.
Coral reefs are oases in a watery desert.
President.
Today, Donald Trump became the 45th President of the United States.
Feeble.
He had become old. Feeble, they thought.
Influx.
The influx of water birds has not gone unnoticed by the wolves.
Receptacle.
You look at that box and you see it only as a receptacle for the tax.
Accent.
I help you learn English and learn British accents.
Kernel.
Every kernel of corn, me. Every grain of rice, me.
Secure.
This is the most secure place that you can be.
Electron.
An electric current is just a flow of electrons.
Segment.
And the fastest growing segment of the app world is mobile gaming.
Nourish.
But this is actual food, and this would nourish you.
Engulf.
Most of the Earth's forests are engulfed in flames.
Bedrock.
That's the bedrock this country is built on.
Do.
Is this success due to luck or skill?
Unprecedented.
Well, Neil Armstrong walking on the moon was unprecedented in 1969.
Expel.
He was about to be expelled because he failed my course.
Verbal.
You will give one verbal warning, and then you will shoot to kill.
Deadline.
When's the deadline for completing our assignment?
Tolerate.
Lying will not be tolerated.
Identity.
The identity of the masked hero is still unknown.
Seep.
Clayton's blood had seeped into the carpet.
Patriarch.
I don't like to play this card, but I am the patriarch, and I have spoken.
Engage.
I think you need to engage in some work.
Constrain.
The law cannot constrain you.
Innocent.
Layla is innocent of this crime.
Interior.
The interior of tofu is completely different.
Constitution.
The Constitution, he added, is the first law of the land.
Freeze.
Remember that when water freezes, it expands.
Dehydrate.
He's going to dehydrate. Christina, do you want some water?
Sinuous.
The tribesmen form the sinuous shape of a moving crocodile.
Alarm.
Maybe I can pull the fire alarm.
Machinery.
He sells cars, but he wants to expand into farm machinery.
Expect.
My goodness, I didn't expect to see you here.
Anticipate.
We have to anticipate the worst.
Critic.
Film critics have not been kind to the Warcraft movie.